Tell me, O Muse, of the many heroes from many places who wandered the many ways of the sacked, sacred city of Arden Vul.
Awesome. Okay, then on that note, let's get ready to rumble. So it is Expedition 18 of the Arden Vulgaris campaign. And the in-game date is the 5th of Toternios, 2993. It is Mitras Day, my dudes. So let's go down the horn, starting from the top of the voice channel. Say who you are, the character that you're playing, and declare any oaths if you have any that are sworn.
All right, so I'm Adam. I am playing the character Bacillus the Adept. I don't know about any oaths, but when I made this guy, I wrote something about him wanting to replicate the miracles of some guy named Vul, and I assume that's who the city is named after. So that was this guy's goal.
Yeah. Are you a wizard?
Aim for the stars.
Yeah, he's a wizard.
Nice. That makes sense.
I have no idea what these miracles were, so let's see how that goes.
Definitely a worthy goal. I am Michael, and today I'm playing Aurelius Vatatzes, the stupid and ugly thief.
Any oaths?
No oath.
No.
I am MK, and I'm playing Galil, the elven wizard, today.
Nice. Well, can you declare your pact for us? I didn't say that, but
I don't have one on this one.
oh, that's just Runar. Nice.
Yeah, this is my wizard.
Wonderbar.
My very, very dumb wizard.
I'm Lauren, and today I'm playing Urias the Fighter, also known as Urias the Scarred, because he's got a big scar across the side of his head and generally suffers from concussion and low intelligence.
Nice. Feels like me. I also suffer from low intelligence.
Yeah.
Forgot to add this to the start of the game. So this part will just get cut from the video. But are we renting any townsfolk? Any hirelings adventurer? I only rolled one extra hireling today at the Inn of the Broken Head, and is LeBlanc, who's a halfling wizard.
I don't think we need a wizard.
Yeah, I don't think we need another wizard.
Right.
Just make it rain magic missiles blindly into every room.
There's townsfolk available though, including everyone's favorite Bando Cubit, the halfling. The dual grappling hook. Halfling.
Dual grappling hooks could be useful.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got to bring him.
Yes.
15 quid and he's yours.
Do you want to take him or should I?
I can take him. I'll hand over the money.
Nice. So that Bando's stats were here. He has a crowbar and 2 grappling hooks and no rope.
Okay.
That's okay.
Oh, the grappling hooks aren't attached to the ropes anymore.
No, not anymore. All right, Michael, are you going to be piloting him?
Yep.
Okay, grand. Cool. Okay, then. So we're starting off from the Inn of the Broken Head, which to Adam, so you should know, the Inn of the Broken Head is at the northern side of this giant, massive ruined city that sits atop a 1,500-foot cliff. Before you in this ruined city has just basically been... the best way to describe it would be like half of it looks like it's got hit by a comet. It was leveled thousands of years ago by dragons. So, the Inn of the Broken Head is this sort of quasi-legal / illegal setup inn for adventurers set up by an ex-adventurer who's now selling. There's a gold rush here, and he's selling pickaxes. Right, so he's making his money.
Is this the only safe place in the city that we know of?
Yeah, this is the only. Yeah, let's just say yeah.
Safe.
There's one far below. Yeah.
It's run by dirty halflings, though.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
All right. So what is the plan today, gang? It is a clear, crisp day today.
Have we looked at the Temple of Thoth? That sounds interesting, and it's right in the middle of the city.
That's tricky.
We're kind of at war with the halflings, and they run that
Yeah.
area.
Well, I have magic missiles, and halflings are small and easy to hit. I don't know. This is basically a one shot for me. So
Yeah.
if you guys have somewhere else you have that you want to go, I'm willing to tag along. But I just thought that sounded fun.
You're here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
Well, at the East Gate, North Tower, we had found some interesting stuff. And maybe, if we don't go on the long, winding path down, maybe we go the other way. And maybe that provides us with a link back to the temple. So we could, go that way.
Yeah. Do we want to take the same path along the river, cut through the ruins, past the
Yes.
watering hole to get there?
Yes. Please.
Are we starting at the inn, or do we start down off the cliff?
We start at the inn.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go mess something up at this East Gate.
Okay. I presume you're going to go around by the north gate and come around, or are you going through the city? Are we
No,
doing
we're
the
gonna-
river?
We're gonna sneak out through the river like last time to avoid the alerting any of the halflings.
Of course. Okay. Awesome. So, as you make it by the river, the most observant of you will spot that there are some loitering animals up above in the sky. They are large, horse-sized, winged dragonoids. Quietly circling above. Full disclosure, for you all, you would probably have heard of these from the inn and stuff like that. So I would describe that these are the pets of the great green dragon, Crassinoritrix.
Are they known for swooping down and eating unwary adventurers?
They are, but given that you are a size of 5, they're going to hold off. Instead, they're just going to be waiting for you all to emerge wherever you come from, injured and laden with loot, and are going to pounce then. So be careful. Don't all die. If one of you gets back, it'll be... Yeah. You do not want to be
distracted. We can only hope.
Yeah, you do
We
not
can only hope we're slow and laden by loot when we get out.
Yeah,
Right.
it's been a while since that's been our outcome.
Yeah, it's true. So, it's not a good omen for the start of the game, as you all realize that, oh man, if we were hurt, lingering, these things would pick us off. But besides that, it also means that it's a quiet day as you make it to the North Gate, because, the baboons are all staying underground, hidden. They don't want to be targeted either. It's kind of like, when the air covers out, everybody's kind of just laying low. All right, so you pass through the northeastern city ruins as you go to the North Tower, like you did last time. The heads on the spikes are still there. No sign of any activity or anything of that nature. And so it was, you make it to the North Gate. Or the East Gate, the North Tower of the East Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quiet.
And
All
we
quiet.
didn't know these heads, right? They were not people we knew in life.
We knew one of them, I think, just as a villager from around the inn.
Yeah.
Ah.
But it wasn't anybody we'd adventured with before.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hireling. Yeah, it's a townsfolk hireling they've seen available a few times. I was dead. right, so you make it to this ruined east gate, right? I think you all did a pretty good job not trying to mess with the area and keep it kind of its crumbled natural state. There's, normally this would be like a 2-story gatehouse. The first floor is all that's left, and even then it's just a giant pile of rubble. Yeah. So what do you all want to do?
So I guess Aurelius is gonna sneak up to the entrance we found and see if there are any fresher looking tracks there, and if there aren't, we'll just like cautiously peer in. I want to see if anyone has been here since we have.
Yeah. All right. Aurelius, yeah, you're gonna sneak ahead, try to listen and look for signs of tracks or any kind of activity recently, but it's as quiet as the grave.
Just like everything in this city.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll call everyone over. It seems totally safe.
So, for Adam's edification, on the side of this gate, so this would be like the north side of this gate, there is a hole kind of dug out into the ruins of this tower that almost leads to like a lower level basement area of this tower. It's only like 3.5 feet high. It's basically like a large crawl space that could probably fit about 6 or 7 people. But furthermore, there is actually access to a cellar down here that extends further down, and that's kind of what we're all looking for.
Oh, I have a random potion from the last
Yeah.
time I played this character. Do you want to roll that real quick?
Oh yeah, for
Or-
sure.
I also have a
Nice.
horse, but I figure that's not going to come into play. So
I don't know. Did you hear my thing about the wyverns?
yeah, true. I don't want to sacrifice him just yet.
All right.
Right.
So what I have seen here is that we have a portal, and my person apparently is very good at hold portal as their spell. If we wanted to go poke around in the cellar and see if anything's down there, like someone could like look in, and even if they piss something off real fast, they could bolt out, and I can hold this against anything that comes up after them. So if we wanted to poke around down in this hole.
Does that only work for magical portals, or is that just like portal way as an entrance?
It's hold portal, which traditionally is like any doorway or opening, as far as I know.
That's much more useful than when I first read it.
Yeah. And my guy's advantage on this, and he can, if he sits there being ready, would he get like a bigger advantage on whatever this roll is? I don't know what the roll is.
Well, you only have to roll for, it would be like an intelligence test to cast the spell. But other than
Okay.
that, you don't have to worry about it.
And then can I like pre-cast it on this entryway if we're gonna poke around down there and just be like, hey, we know that, and then I can like let anyone through that I want and stop anything hostile? Just trying to get an idea of how the spell works.
Sure. Hold portal.
It's 10 rounds
So-
near.
Yeah. The good news is that, yeah, it will shut. The bad news, though, is that I don't think it can identify friend or foe.
Yeah, a creature must make a successful strength check versus your spellcasting check to open it. The knock spell also ends this spell.
Yeah, so unfortunately, it's going to shut, and the only version of this spell that you know right now is the one they taught in the collegiums in the capital. So you'd have to learn a different version of it.
But if somebody is chasing us,
Yeah.
you could throw that on there and kind of block it off.
Okay.
Cool. Marching order and light audit as we enter.
Are there torches in the chest still there that we can snag?
Yeah. How many did you take last time? 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Then I believe there's 5
Is it
remaining.
2 hands to cast a spell?
Nope, it's
One.
1.
1. Okay. I can hold a torch then, because I'm not going to do much use fighting. So just also hold a torch wherever you guys want to put me in the lineup.
I'll also grab a torch.
I have a lantern and the fungal torch still, so
Oh, and those fungal torches are no longer valid.
okay, I'll swap it out for a normal torch.
Yeah. The spores of those do not last forever. The bioluminescence will fade.
Well, did you want to put the fighter up front or second?
Preferably.
Yeah, fighter up front probably makes sense.
Sure. So the trapdoor, can that be opened?
Yes. Just like last time. This place is, you were the, I believe your thief will confidently describe how you all were the last occupants of this room based on activity and signs.
Okay.
Okay, who wants to go third, or most probably who wants to go last in the marching order? I guess out of Gelil or Bacillus. Okay.
Yeah. I can go last if he doesn't want to. Or they don't want to. I don't know who's the other person.
Okay, that is our marching order. Moves it down.
Where does Bando fit in the equation?
Bando,
Oh,
of course. Let's put Bando third.
Squeezing him in so he can't run away. Good call.
Exactly.
Okay, fantastic. So the trapdoor opens with a slightly loud hinge. Yeah, it looks just like before. There's a sort of like a 5-foot drop down into a sort of sub basement that's been kind of eroded and covered over, and there was a huge crack or a fissure on the far side of this place that had some footprints and activity leading to. You can see the ash and spent bits of torch leading towards it.
Okay.
before we head down, can we try to cover up the entranceway hole with like some shrubbery or something that's nearby? If there is anything.
It would have to be like rubble or like a claw. Like you have to bring something. No, because you're below ground right now, so there's no shrubbery for you to.
Well,
Yeah, but I meant
think you
at the entrance of the
Oh.
tower that
Oh.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, that
We
makes
wanna
way more
hide-
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you want to go gather some stuff around and just take a turn and do that.
Yeah, I think that'll
Yeah,
Mhm.
be beneficial.
cool. Consider it hidden. Just a turn goes by. Okay. Like last time, this chasm is serpentine and slithery. It's natural weather, water eroded through that crisscrosses itself, eventually leading down into Arden. The way we ruled it last time is that I will just say that time passes, but you will also lose an entire torch in the process of the descent here. So
Correct.
everyone's lights. So anyone who had an active light source would lose it. But you also, I would also, in the process of time passing, I'm not going to punish you. You could light up a torch at any other time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm down to one torch.
I have 2 extra.
Good.
Okay, right. So on the map, we are down here towards the bottom right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want me to.
So down.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah.
Have we reached the end of the corridor?
You're just about to.
Okay.
Now, one of the creepy things for Adam's own perspective here is, so you hear the sounds of dripping water, a little bit of stones falling. You can hear the flittering of some sort of, cave-type creatures far below, and as well as sort of a draft of air coming up towards you as you, frankly, slither and slide your way through this narrow chasm. But what scares you is that you begin to hear the sounds of tapping and scratching the closer you get to the debouchement of this cave. And you can hear a little bit of rattling of metal as in front of you in this sort of like 20 by 40, rather extremely plain flagstone, nondescript room, are these massive sarcophagi with these strange human gisettes. Is it gisette? Gisette?
Gizents, I think.
Gizents.
The things on top of the sarcophagus that are carved to look like
that
a
have
person.
of people.
His face.
Yeah, they're not they're not elves or anything like that, but they are tall and lithe, with very like extended, like forehead bone or like eyebrow kind of thing, and like a longer jaw. But most prominently, they have horns on their side of their heads. And someone translated it last session, but there's an ancient inscription written on the sarcophagi that says "Old ones, don't open." And you can hear them inside, scratching, tapping, while these sarcophagi are all bound with these old rusted locks and chains.
We didn't bring new chains. Oh no.
I did bring rope. Chains weren't on the general shop item list, so I figured we could just try to reinforce it with some rope.
So, I'm a person that likes to poke the buttons. I want to try opening one of these if people are okay with that, and we can see what exactly these old ones are. But if you don't want to, we don't have to.
These things are older than, like, the Mithric that was here. These things are older than Arden Vol.
I'm totally down with you opening one. It'd probably go terribly wrong, but it would also be fun at the time. So,
yeah, I'm fully like accepting the fact that these might be like some 10 hit dice monster that is immune to magic or something, and we just die. But like,
if we're going to do that, can we play it smart and clear out this cave-in first, so we're not fighting them from like on our stomachs in this little ditch?
Yeah, sure. Is the spiral staircase up or down?
To the south here. We don't know I don't remember what direction it goes. I think it goes down, right?
No, it's a spiral. It's not a full spiral staircase. It is actually a staircase that veers to the west. So rather than a circular descending or ascending, it's it's hard right angle. Continues to lift.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do we still want to mess with the cave, or do the cave in and then poke at one of these old ones?
Well, we need a path of retreat, so yes.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, theoretically, I can just hold portal this place and we can crawl away from them, but...
So there is a narrow sliver. So I imagine this cave-in is sort of literally like the ceiling is collapsed for this part. Now there is in a slopey kind of way, right? So you can see past it and see the staircase. You can try to get around this rubble and kind of just shimmy on through like you were playing Lara Croft and this is the loading screen. But so it doesn't require full excavation. But it will slow you down in case you were trying to run away. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it could also stop somebody, and get.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could stop them from charging up towards us as well.
Yeah.
What if so these chains are old and rusted. What if we just like tie some rope around these old rusted chains, back off behind the cave-in, like yank it hard enough to like snap the chains if they're rusted enough, and then we have precious seconds to live before the thing, whatever it is, makes its way past the cave-in.
Well, let's check up the staircase as it chases us before it comes towards us, so we know what's going up there. Like, if we're running into the halfling hideout, maybe we want to take care of them before we do this.
Yeah.
Or we can stick these things onto the halflings and see what happens.
Yeah.
What I would describe
That's always an option.
Yeah. What I would describe is that the breeze is coming strongest when you get past the cave-in towards the staircase, as well as even more sounds. Very, 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 very distant sound of maybe clashing waterfall, more flickering of bats, that kind of stuff, like natural, a lot of reverberation.
All right, so let's go past the cave and check out the staircase. I think
Yes.
we've
Mhm.
kind of that's our best option first before anything else with this. Because who knows? Maybe we'll find something much more interesting over there than old ones
Yeah.
don't open.
Yes.
Don't dead open insides. Yeah. So the staircase will go up. So it goes up another 10 feet from this. Just how you have it right now is kind of accurate, right? So you imagine the first 5 feet or first 10 feet turns, and then it goes up another 10 feet straight. And it will release you on a 40 by 40 square, again, just like the room you just came from. Very, very, very plain flagstone. Very, very, very plain walls, as in like non-Arcantian. Like just looks like just someone deleted a cube, or like very, very small, minimal design work here. Furthermore, just abutting off the northwest corner of this room. So you're entering actually this room on the, I should describe it, you're entering on the southeast side. So this will be the northwest corner. The northwest corner, there's another like 10 feet of a path that opens into just an expanse. So there's no like door full close. It just continues off into void, which is where all like the sound and the air is coming from. Now the contents of this room, now that we have the dimensions, perfectly in the middle of this room, there is a massive chair. It is angled diagonally. So this would be diagonally perfectly towards the southwest. And furthermore, where it's pointing, there is also a hole in this room where there is no wall in that corner. It is also exposed to open void and air. Did I hear somebody have a lantern?
Yes.
Okay, so your lantern light
You want
would.
me to light it?
Oh, no, sorry. Just if you had, I wanted to know whether or not you had a lantern lit or not, because your lantern will reveal more than a torch. So that's why I wasn't sure.
I don't think my lantern was lit, but
Okay, never mind. So then I won't describe more.
Previously, or
All right. No, that's great. That's great. No,
So- Who does have the lit light source right now? We should establish that.
Bacillus does, and I think someone else said they had a torch lit.
Not Urias.
Yeah.
Not Urias.
Okay, so I guess maybe
Maybe
just
they just-
Basilis's light for now.
but
Yeah,
not lit.
maybe just Bacillus.
your feet. So on this flagstone, as you touch this stuff, the ground around you and is almost like crumbling to dust, and it's creating sort of like a slippery surface up here. You can almost imagine like you're walking on almost like ice, but it's like kind of stone. Like this flagstone is so old and worn that when you touch it, like cracks, and you can't get a good grip on it. So there's a couple things. So I described that chair, right? This giant chair. Behind that chair is a large stele, and it's depicting in sort of perfect profile, almost like Egyptian profile view of some sort of toga wearing. I'm going to use the same term before, like old one. So they have like horns.
Okay.
What is the toga wearing old one doing in the picture? Just like standing there? Or?
No, he's actually trying to find it. Right. So they're wearing this flowing robe, and in their hands is a massive greatsword. So like you can imagine like dual hands down, sword, point going down kind of pose, right? At its feet is a long, sinuous snake. Furthermore, at the very bottom of the stele, where, basically like it's plinth, for even though it's kind of like all one thing, there are some absolute crazy runes that you all have never seen before. If anything, it looks like it could rhyme aesthetically with the strange graffiti that the privy folks have found at one time.
Yeah, I actually have the graffiti in an unknown language. I have that on me.
Yeah.
Would I recognize some of the symbols and stuff on this? Do they match up?
No, but it definitely gives you the same impression that like these symbols are far more complicated. They have far more design, accents, umlaut, extra bits to them. But they're adjacent linguistically.
Can I take a turn to write these down also?
Oh, for sure. Then the last thing I would point out in this room that could be of possible interest is that the chair and the flagstones beneath the chair, I was describing how when you walked up here, it kind of was crunching down, like almost like turns to snow, kind of ice, kind of, The flagstones there look relatively undamaged.
The hole in the ground, was the hole in the ground or in like the wall, the one in front of the throne?
Oh, it's in the wall. So it's
in the wall.
Yeah. So the void that you're seeing here is about a 20-foot drop into, like, that's like as far as your leg can see, into what looks to be, when you peer out, an immense chasm that is bisecting the dungeon and everything. You can, I think if you took a torch to the far side, like to the far corner as much as you could go, you could see the other side, like just barely. So it's almost like 30 feet, 40 feet across. And that's, you can't really make out what exactly is on the other side. You can see that there is some sort of like possible landing or some sort of like edge of the cliff on the other side, and you can kind of see a bit of the cliff wall when looking out that diagonal. But yeah, this is the massive chasm, and if you look to your right, it extends 30 feet. You look to your left, it's extending 30 feet. Right.
All right. And then for languages, I have Mythic and Diabolic, and that isn't either of these,
Sick.
right?
No.
All right.
No.
What's this throne made of?
This is
Stone?
the same gray granite that the rest of the room is made in. However, there seems to be heavy worn use into this stone chair. Like you can see, think of like a somewhat like your grandfather's lazy boy, like heavy, like wore in at the elbows on those spots. There is a leather, for lack of a better term, like throw on it, right? That's kind of like covering the seat here that looks like old as hell.
I think Urias will be curious. Take their sword and just kind of peek underneath.
Yeah. You peek underneath, and there's definitely an etched rune underneath the throw. It's in the same family as the language on the stele. You guys are magic. You have 2 magic users, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing definitely is giving you magic energy, right? You don't like you have to detect magic to figure out what it is, but when you see it, you can feel the thrum of there's a field there.
That rune or the leather thing on the chair?
No, the rune. Like the glyph thing, the sigil, the symbol. I don't know how to. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If I tie an iron spike to my rope and stand off to the side and then throw the iron spike on the seat, does it do anything?
Yeah, it makes a sound. It goes clunk.
All right. It doesn't trigger any rune
No.
All right.
How do y'all feel about riding Galil's floating disc across the chasm?
I kind of want to try sitting on this throne. I'm scared it's going to throw me out of this chasm.
Like an ejector seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it.
Should we tie a rope to you first?
Yes, that's kind of what I'm hoping, and I hope it doesn't just cause me to splat into the walls of the chasm instead.
Yeah, Urias is fairly, tall and strong, so tie the rope around Urias to you, and then if something happens, you're fine.
Yeah, all right, we will do that, and then I will try to sit on the throne and accept the lightning that comes to strike my impudent ass.
Okay. So you'll have to remove the throw on the front side of the throne to properly sit down. You want to do that or not? You want to sit down on the leather, or do you want to raw dog
I'd
it?
rather sit down
For a better
on the
term.
leather.
Okay.
And then if it doesn't do anything, I
Nothing
will
happens.
expose it, and then I will scratch out the rune and then sit down on it, because I don't trust that rune enough to sit on it.
That's fair. So I asked because I know Urias flipped up the throw on the back, which gave you that rune. Because when you flip up on the seat, there's another rune for where you would sit. That is different.
Do would I recognize these runes at all? Like they're
No.
just that ancient language?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not Mithric. It's not even close to Mithric. It's not like a derivative of Mithric. It's not a derivative of Infernal. It is completely not a language that you would have any familiarity with. Doesn't even
All right,
look like.
so I'm going to accept the fact I'm about to get yeeted into this chasm. I'm going to sit down on the throw first.
Sure. There is
I will
no.
accept my-
Nothing happens when you sit down with the throw on it. It's a uncomfortable seat. Your feet can barely sit on, like your toes can barely sit on the outside. Like, they just like kind of kicking, dangling. They don't even like bend down. It's so big.
All right, I'll remove the throw and I will sit down with the runes intact. I want to see what happens.
For sure. Okay. So something happens. The first thing that happens is there is sort of a thrum. And you're jolted with magical energy. Your vision starts going all over the place as you begin to get nauseous. The first things that happen here is it's like you are falling down the chasm. But to everyone else, they're just sitting in the seat, right? Their eyes go to the back of their head. You are basically remote viewing.
Okay.
Can
Can I remote view and travel around where I remote view, or am I just remote viewing one specific place?
Yeah. No, that's what's horrifying is that you're basically were thrust into some sort of completely freeform God mode camera in this cavern. So when you try to look around, you're just spinning and you have no orientation. It's hard for you to, but then it takes a little bit for you to kind of grok it.
All right.
Do you think this would be this so disorienting that you would stomach it or want to get off immediately, or is this something that you would be like, hell yeah, let's ride this, let's grab this tiger by the tail?
Basilisk is a summoner of the fifth circle. He is wanting to emulate one of the greatest wizards of all time. He's gonna grok it. He's just gonna ride the lightning.
Hell yeah, brother. Okay.
If he's gonna cow from this, he's not gonna make it very
all
far
right,
in his
give
goals.
me a D2 on a 1 you puke, but this you will succeed at viewing.
All right.
We just have to see how glamorous it is.
2.
Okay, you are riding the lightning.
All right.
Okay, so you're going to be spending a turn here doing this. Okay, so you do notice that there are a few parts of this chasm. So basically, I'm going to help you map what you can see here as far as this chasm goes. Yeah, because describing how this chasm exactly would be extremely challenging.
It's like the mushroom caves all over again.
Because it's like multiple floors we see here, right?
Oh yeah, you can see
Because
it's thousands of feet down. So I'm not going to give you the whole thing right now. That would be like really hard to do. But I will say that it goes out about 100 feet this way, right? Before terminating. Goes out this way. There's definitely like some kind of landing over here. Continues. There's another landing over here. And it just kind of like continues all the way north for brother. Basically, we're gonna run out of map. That's how big this is.
so throne is very useful if you're trying to
It's
scout.
240 feet from the chair. That's how north it goes. Yeah. So, what's also wild is that you can see everything because your vision is basically you're seeing under torchlight, like it's clear vision. Now, it will take you days of sitting on this chair to accurately map everything.
Which is not what we're doing right now.
No. And so how to everyone else though, as this magic is basically coursing through our halfling our wizard, the stele begins to shake.
I will jab it with my 10-foot pole.
Quick, steal the greatsword.
I am not aware of what's happening in the room, so I'm going to keep peering around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to poke it, see what happens, if anything.
So, from looking down these cliff faces, you can see an enormous bridge that's broken in the middle. You see all of these lights, and you see these massive hulking tusked beast men, what we call trolls, are using this massive like lift elevator across the chasm structure for about 1,000 feet of this chasm as you are going around and zooming through. It's like a think of like the Hobbit goblin land, like all like the wood and planks and metal and that kind of stuff. It's like that. It's a massive construction project for transportation across this chasm that's several hundred feet down. You're continuing. There's a waterfall that's pouring into this cavern. You can, if you want to, I think you can just go kind of almost all the way down. But as you are going down, Aurelius, you poke the stele with your with the rod here, and you see that the stele's like base is starting to crack. So you poke there, and it cracks some more. And
I'll stop poking there.
Okay. Well, you stop poking, and a massive hand will grab your 10-foot pole.
I let go of the 10-foot pole.
You let go of the 10-foot pole, and we're gonna roll initiative. As another hand breaks through. All right, initiative. The way this works is everyone rolls d20 plus dex, but it's the highest person goes starts the order, and then you just go through the voice chat order from there.
Oh no, I don't want to win. Eric is next.
I don't roll because I'm not aware of what's happening, right?
No, you should definitely roll.
All right.
Because what's messing up your eyes though is everyone shouting and screaming, "Oh my God, what is that?" As the Dark Souls choir music starts.
So I D20 plus my dex, which is actually a -2.
Yeah. 9.
All right.
All right. It looks like it's going to be Michael's Aurelius's
Okay.
the head. So that means I go after you, and then MK, then Lauren, then Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, I've just put on the some Dark Souls music to fit
Yeah.
this. Right, so this is unfortunate as I lost my fancy magic dagger last time I played Aurelius. I just have a regular crossbow and a regular dagger. So you said like 2 hands are sticking out. Is there any more? Like, is there like a head or anything?
Not yet. It hasn't pulled itself out of here yet, but it is clearly a very lanky, lithe. It's a skeleton with this with muscle and sinew still on it, but it's like this really pale purpley white. But the hands that grabbed you, they have only 3 digits and a thumb.
Okay.
And gnarly, like, yellow nails.
Okay. I think it's not aware. This counts as a backstab, right? Or is it aware?
No, it.
Yeah.
I would not consider it fully aware yet, because it frankly is still digging itself out.
Okay. I just want to get down to this corner next to the stairs and shoot it in the arm with a crossbow.
Okay. So when it emerges, yeah. So like it will emerge, and then you go ahead and take your shot.
Yep.
All right. So to everyone else, breaching from beneath the stele is a 9-foot gaunt undead that wearing or used to be wearing just tatters of a toga. There's no sword or anything in his hands, but it claws itself out, and its jaw is dislocated as it corrects it and roars, dislocating its jaw again. Its hands are these like long, lanky, and again they have like 3 fingers and a thumb, and with these pointed, gnarly, yellow claw bits, and you can see like its hips are exposed, like the bone, like the femur. But you can see as though like the skin is trying to cover the femur, and then it's like not, and then it tries to cover again. It's almost like you can clearly see that it's trying to like regenerate itself.
So I rolled a 17 to hit.
A 17 will absolutely do it.
Okay, that's nice. Right. 8 damage.
Okay. Your crossbow shot will go right square into this thing's chest, like where its heart is, and you just watch it just regenerate your crossbow shot away. For intents and purposes, that's my description of mundane attack. Doesn't do anything.
Yep. Well, that's me done.
Right. This thing's turn. It yells out with its broken jaw a massive roar. Like, you remember like from the movie, like Brendan Fraser's The Mummy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that kind of roar. Who has torches?
I had one, but I'm sitting in the throne, so I assume I handed it off to someone or set it up somewhere.
Yeah, someone else would have it. It's a Bando.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Who has it? Sure.
All right. Can somebody make a 50-50 chance to see if this torch goes out for Bando? So pick your die.
Okay.
Lower
roll
50
that.
is lower 50%. It's out.
It goes out.
Okay. Your torch goes out. Was that the only light source?
I think that's what we decided.
I think so, yeah.
I think we only had the one lit, but I think you also need to roll for Bando.
Yes, that's true. What would Banda do? He'd probably run, right? Does this just provoke an immediate morale check?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like you're staring up, like the Dark Souls music turned on for sure. He's a townsfolk.
Okay, so is this a D20 modified by my charisma?
Yeah.
Because I'm running him? Okay.
Yeah.
Not very
Yeah,
charismatic.
I'm gonna go back to this one rather than the 2d6. No, that passes.
Okay.
That literally
16.
passes. You have to beat a 15 for him to resolve. So he's staying with you.
He's got a heart of gold.
To the end, Aurelius. Grappling hooks.
We love you, Bando.
All right. So this thing, roars, just emitting that knocks out your light sources. And now to everyone else, you just see these pupilless, pale silver eyes in the dark, and that's all. Except for a bone-curdling crunch as it's going to grab somebody whoever's closest to it. So I'm going to roll randomly, excluding Aurelius, because he's not the one in the chair, and I guess Bacillus also left, so it'd be Galil and Urias or Bando. Right? So I'm going to roll a d3 to see who gets grabbed in the dark. As it steps forward. All right. So that would be Galil.
Rip.
Very much so. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Easy. As a single, it tries to crush you in its grip. So 14 hit you.
Barely, yeah.
+8. Oh gosh.
13 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just hear crunch and pop with one hand, and it tries to it's speaking something to you all, right? Like it's clearly in the same way that the mummy was speaking ancient, Egyptian. This thing is speaking in its own tongue.
I mean,
clearly mad.
If only it didn't pop my head, because maybe it speaks giant or orcish. Oh, I guess orcish isn't in here. That's a pullover from Shadow Darklings.
Yeah. Well, my turn's over. What are you all doing? Keep in mind, you don't have a light source.
I need to roll the death save, right?
Yeah. There's this flat d20.
Plus con, or
Nope.
nope, just flat d20. Okay.
What is your con mod, though? Because that gets added to your d4 rounds to your dad.
0.
Okay. You didn't get a 20, so you're... You just heard Galil whimper and crunch to everyone else in the dark. Urias.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I think with no light, but we can see where the eyes are. The thing, right?
Yeah, you can kind of guess where it is. But I would also say to a fighter, your martial assessment is that this is hopeless.
You're also still tied to me.
That's
Yeah.
also true.
Run around it and trip it off the chasm.
The way it crushed you indicates it probably can see in the dark. But you can try.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm gonna say is run.
You want to? Oh, you don't want. You want to go. You don't want to. You want to go with the Hoth maneuver. Bring it down.
Well, the rope is around me. Here's my idea, but I can't really see. That's the problem. If there was light, I could do something clever, but there's no light. So that's
true.
what the problem is. So I think this is more than any of us can handle. So I think I'm going to say that we should run. And I think what I do is I start moving and I pull the rope that's around Bacillus and I pull it with me and we start moving back towards the direction where I know the entrance to the room was before. And yeah, so I pull Bacillus off the throne and use my 15 strength.
Well, I'm glad you brought up what your strength is, because we're gonna actually have to fight. I'm gonna have to fight you on this just a little bit.
Okay.
Bacillus, you feel the tug off the chair, and the surge and power and sight here is compulsory to you at this point, for you to stay in the chair. So you're gonna be like, no, I'm not leaving. Like you're a toddler and you just took them to, I don't know, you're like a whatever, right? Doctors. So can you go ahead and make me let's go with a wisdom saving throw here to resist this compulsion and get tugged along, or get an impression. If anything, I feel like the tug is going to.
Can we just do a strength saving throw because I suck at strength?
Yeah.
No, 1d20, so it's just straight. 9. I don't know if this is wisdom or what, but
no, it's
wisdom
not gonna...
it would be the same.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you are compelled. So it will be a strength test to resist between Lauren dragging you out of this chair. Or sorry, well, Urias.
I have a strength of 9. Let's see how this goes.
18.
That's -1, right?
9 is -1, correct?
Yeah. Oh no!
I would go with the one with the highest mod will win. But I imagine you are fighting literally tooth and nail to stay on this chair. No, like screaming like, no, I need to see more. No, go ahead, Adam. What are you gonna say? Yeah, how you describe it?
There's fingernails left behind in that throne.
yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, you're gonna be fighting to go back. It's like,
all right.
Yeah, I don't know. You were like in like VR, and your mom just turned off the PlayStation. You know, I don't know. You know, it's just like wild.
This is very much a Marines We Are Leaving moment.
Yeah. Yeah. As this thing continues to gutturally roar.
Yeah.
All right.
And try to pull back down the hallway.
Yeah. All right. Adam, it's your...
Have I been dragged to the hallway yet?
You are, yeah. You would have been dragged at least partially along with Urias's move, you know, so you could... You're moving that direction, yeah. You're at the top of the stairs.
Is there something that I could consider a portal between me and giant floaty eyes?
No, there's no door.
All right, then I'm gonna back up as much as I can, and I'm gonna cast what is it called? Magic missile towards the floaty eyes.
Okay. Because magic missiles can strike kind of unerringly. I feel like you can kind of just shoot them off in the dark like this. So go ahead.
Yeah. So I think I do.
It's a D20 and you roll with advantage. Yeah. It's KH1. I think you know how to. Yeah.
And then I have an intelligence modifier of +3.
Nice. So you have to beat an 11.
Great. Oh, whoops. 2d20 +3. Keep high 1. Crap. I put a space in there.
That's fine. It's a 12. You're still good. Yeah.
Oh, it's 12. Okay.
Yeah. Because you just used the first of the or the second one. Yeah, you made it.
All right, and then what do I roll? What do I roll for damage?
Magic missile is... I got it here.
I don't know what players do. 1d4.
1d4.
Yeah, it's a bolt of force. Fires into the dark. Okay. You do manage to score a wound on this thing.
I'm hoping that it doesn't decide to eat me, and this is enough to scare it because we can do damage to it.
Yeah. It is genuinely shocked.
I don't know exactly what it is. I just hear people screaming and running. I don't even know it's undead, so...
Yeah. It doesn't smell like
it's not going to... But yeah, I'll do that and back up as much as I can.
Yeah.
Screaming something about I'm a powerful wizard and you will bow before me.
As you're getting dragged. Yeah, as you're both running away. Sick.
Yeah.
All right. Michael, what's Aurelius doing?
He's gonna... yes, I do have a torch. He's gonna light a torch.
Okay. If you recall, that's a survival test to do it in the dark, right? It's just a DC 10 to see as you're just to see if it gets lit up.
Yep. Is survival wisdom?
Yeah, it's wisdom. Yeah.
Okay. It's not looking good, but we'll see.
Because you're in the dark, you're panicking, they're screaming.
-1.
A -1. No, okay, you no lead torch. But you can still move in the dark. You can
Okay,
grasp the walls.
Yeah, he's just gonna move as quickly down this corridor as he can, like bouncing off the walls as he goes. Bando is gonna do the same.
Yeah, using the grappling hooks to figure out where things are. You just hear this ting 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 as go, like just follow so folks can follow the sounds.
He's locating down the hallway.
Yeah. All right.
We get a little flash of light as the flint and steel hits, and we just see Galil's corpse in the hands of this thing.
So everybody's moving back. Galil's down. So it's my turn. Galil, you expire. First time.
Is the random potion on me a potion of resurrection by chance?
No.
Okay.
Do you? I won't tell you because it's still treasure for someone else.
Do you want to take over Bando?
Sure, for now.
Okay. So I guess the rear guard here would be. Is it Bacillus?
It's either Bacillus or the
Right.
Aurelius who lit a torch.
No, Aurelius.
So it's one of us two.
Aurelius was already at the corner and fired a crossbow, and then kind of.
So yes, it would be Bacillus who's screaming at this thing.
Yeah,
He's
that's
being
true.
dragged by a rope.
Okay. All right, so then you're the one who you're going to hear a bone popping sound, and a whoosh as a Doppler effect of something very fast and femur shaped is thrown at your face.
All right.
To the femur.
The 14 hit you?
I don't know. I have AC 0 written down, so I assume so.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wearing armor, right? It's just 10. I think it's just 10 plus your dice.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah. So that will definitely do the trick.
And you didn't get a chance to get magic mage armor off.
All right.
The femur does.
Well, I don't.
The femur does 6 damage.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. D4. What's your con?
Max of 4 HP.
What's your con mod?
My con is +3.
Wow, nice.
And a Constitution of 16. Yeah.
Okay. So
which is only my second best stat.
Yeah. So when you go down in Shadow Dark, before you expire, I roll a D4, and that's the number of rounds that you're kind of like bleeding out, and I roll it hidden, but you get to add your con mod to it, so that whatever I roll is the amount that someone could try to revive you in that time.
Okay.
But okay, cool.
I'm still being dragged by a rope.
You are, but it does. There is what used to be a. How would you describe How would you describe your character? Braggadocious or?
Yeah, he's very braggadocious.
Yeah.
So he's yelling something of like, "I'm a summoner of the 5th circle," and then just
and then
fever goes flying into his neck.
Yeah, and now there's an anchor on the rope rather than a braggadocious wizard, Urias. But
Oh, lovely. I think that, and that's right by the steps, or
yeah. So Aurelius, you've made it to the through the cave in, like for your move.
Okay.
For you made it. Yeah, you made it just down the stairs. For Lauren, like you realize you got to the corner of the stairs, right? I am, I'm giving you that much. Following the sounds of the everyone else scurrying away.
Mm-hmm.
No, what I will say though is that unless you untie this rope, it will be kind of it might be a little bit of a challenge given the anchor. But doing that will absolutely doom the wizard.
try and pull with me.
Yeah.
Pull the wizard. I don't know because I can't see. I don't know what's going on. Right. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull Bacillus with me.
He's
I'm gonna
just
start
taking a
moving around the corner and just dragging. Yep.
Okay.
Drag
So-
towards the cave in.
Okay. Adam, can you roll a d20 for me on your turn? So yeah, Urias, you also meet up with everyone who the rest of the surviving band right now who make it past with Bando, making it past the cave in. I assume you want to keep running, but you also are in the dark. Okay.
I rolled a
so
14.
you don't miraculously get up or anything like that. Okay. All right.
I'm going to try lighting a torch again.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my
I'm just going to keep feeling my way along, but now at least I'm guided by the disturbing sound of like scraping and tapping from the sarcophagi in the room ahead. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Which are scraping with renewed vigor.
yeah, I think ultimately I'm trying to get back to the chasm path out. To grope my way as far towards that as I can.
Okay, so yeah, you would keep
yeah.
moving, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to do Bando on your turn still, or wait until my?
No, you should do it on his turn because that's how initiative
Okay.
was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Bando is just gonna keep clinking, and then he gets to the open space and hard left until he hits the wall to also try to scrape his way out. Hopefully, not catching his hook hands onto any of the rusty chains, accidentally releasing them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's good. So yeah, you just hear a roar from around that cave-in spot, and the thrashing of stone. But it can't do anything this turn. It can't get by.
Urias did manage to pull my guy through the cave-in, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I was having this like terrible vision of Urias getting dragged backwards by the rope that's also tied around them.
That would be, yeah, it would grab you and now you're a tug of war. Yeah, that would be sick.
No, that's the rope.
No. Unfortunately, yeah. I'm allowing your strength check to basically prevail here. That you're able to keep them pulling.
All right. I had a little terrified moment of like,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, is my dumb little move gonna get another person killed? All right.
There is a femur embedded into Bacillus the Adept, though.
Can't
yeah.
see it. Don't know. I think that I pulled the rope enough to get a handle on the body, and it's like, don't worry, I've got you. And then I just like grab on and like
A lot of blood.
just a lot of blood. But I
Drag me by the femur
body.
that's implanted in my chest.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
It's a load-bearing femur. It's holding your heart in.
And just head back towards this, the scraping and scratching of both Bando and the sarcophagi.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you all will scoot back. We can combat for the time being has abated, but you all are still in the dark.
Mm.
I won't allow anyone to perform medicine on Bacillus unless there's light.
Mm.
That's simple.
You don't want me performing.
Unless it's like a potion, like unless you're like trying to give someone a potion, you could probably kind of fondle that in the dark. But I mean, like,
no.
Okay.
I'll hand a torch. Well, I will hold out a torch and say, Bando, light this for me, would you?
Sir, yes, sir. It's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
8.
You just gotta get a 10. What the hell? Okay, like this is the perfect example of like adrenaline and fear just overwhelming everybody right now. You're like, I can't. It just won't light. It just won't, kind of stuff where it's like it's the dang
He's
flint and
shaking
steel.
and sweating because of the tapping and scratching.
Just gonna have to erase all the stuff that I saw in that chasm because I would never have spoken it.
Oh well, it's fortunately it's a little bit of a meta thing where you get to keep a little bit of that. So But yeah,
Mhm.
you won't get described with the whole thing. Okay. So Bando failed.
Okay.
Okay,
Does it come back to me?
it does.
Okay. I think I'm mad. I just dropped the shield down, grab out the flint, and I just kind of like, Bando, where are you? Where are you?
Oh, here.
Okay. I kind of shuffle forward, feel around, find out where the torch is, pull out the flint, take my sword, spark on that, and I try to light the torch in frustration.
Survey says torch is lit. Finally. All right, you strike up the torch. I imagine you all are shoved into like the first little bit of this niche of the
Yeah.
natural cave here. Yeah. Bacillus looks like hell. You know, no sign of Galil. And there's just this roaring, thrashing in a language that you don't understand, as well as the scraping and like banging on the chained sarcophagus.
Let them fight.
I think that the one will free the others, and it won't be a good thing.
Mhm.
Maybe they're enemies.
Or maybe they're best buddies.
I think that's more likely.
Could and I think Urias has problems forming words at this point. Doesn't really know what to say, but just points at Bacillus with the sword, and doesn't really know what to do.
Would Bando know how to do medicine? Is that a minstrel task?
Yeah, you can try.
Is that wisdom?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have advantage on it or anything like that.
10.
Not gonna cut it. I would allow at most per round 2 people to do the test because it's too many cooks, like being around trying to heal this guy, right?
Yeah.
I think with my -3 whiz modifier, I shouldn't try healthy.
Okay, 3 rounds have gone by since Bando took a femur.
So just Bando again to do healing?
Urias and
I mean, Urias could try a wisdom check. I'm not. It's only -1.
Oh,
you
you
gotta pull the
also-
finger out and stop the bleeding.
No, you also need to roll a d20 to see if you miraculously come back to just like pop up.
Oh. 19.
Oh, close. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. We do play with lingering wounds and stuff like that, so if you do get up, there'll still be an impact.
All right.
Is it next
Maybe
round?
I'll get to use
All
the
right,
femur as
next round.
Yeah.
Fair.
Roll
Having
your d20,
Urias-
Adam.
Urias probably gets frustrated, jumps in the way, pulls
no
out
one-
his
yeah.
flask that has wine in it, start pouring it all over the wound to disinfect it. And let's see what it does. Nope.
No.
It's
Am I dead?
Not yet.
All right.
You tried. Is Bando trying? We can only, it's like I said, we can only get 2 people to try a round
Mhm.
Yeah,
because
I-
of cooks.
Yeah.
right, this turn.
Yeah.
So is it next turn now?
Yeah.
Okay. Bando tries again with a 12.
Nope. It's a 15. And it doesn't get easier every time you try.
Are we able to give Pando an advantage instead of just like everyone just trying once?
If you had some sort of like herbs or some sort of extra stuff like around, that give you sort of
He's got 2
contextual
grappling
bandages.
hooks,
Yeah.
that's good for surgery, right?
Yeah. All he's got is his cooks.
Just start stabbing
He's like,
wrestling.
he's like
Save
the
my life.
claw machine just pulling the femur out of your chest.
using the spikes of the grapples to sew the wound up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Damn it, Longshanks! I'm a
amazing.
halfling, not a doctor.
it's amazing what he can do with these hooks.
Urias will try one last time and just pushes and clamps everything together and just holds tight and sees what happens.
You pray.
Just crushes his small body.
Pray to whatever listens.
This is zero.
Okay, so when you do a medicine check, okay, yeah, the ruling that I was doing, when you do a medicine check, and you roll a 1, you actually deduct the, like an additional round down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right,
So am I dead?
you are dead. You expire. This was your last
So-
round anyway, so that just will fast track it.
All right. So we
All
watch
that
as Uriah
time,
sits there
the Grey's Anatomy soundtrack plays as you like take down the surgical mask and you just can't shake your head. Couldn't save him. That sucks.
And while we were distracted, the giant thing pushed through the cave in.
Oh no.
No, it's quieted down after like 2 turns. But what didn't quiet down are those sarcophagi near you. They're definitely banging around. But the chains are holding, so you don't have to worry. But yeah. So Galil died and Basilius died. What do you all want to do?
There's not really much we can do except flee back to the surface, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Aurelius, I mean, I don't. Bando, what, like, it's.
Right.
You
Two
could run
things.
to the end.
Well, let me remind you all of something for this, right?
Mhm.
Time will pass getting out to the surface, meaning your torch will go out.
Mhm.
Yep.
If you don't have another light source, that's a
We
problem.
do.
Okay.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second of all, remember what I said about the wyverns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's all.
You guys can also take like the torch and stuff off of Basilius if you want. Also, apparently I had 31 gold pieces. So someone take that.
That's
Counts as
does,
loot.
no,
More
it,
loot than we got.
it does not count as loot, but it does count as transferable. Yeah.
I'll grab that torch.
You guys are going to be camping in the tower tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's probably how it's gonna have to go. I think
I'm gonna roll up a new character.
if
Are we exfiltrating?
we'll
Think
go
so.
back to we can go back to the campsite. Could we bring the body with us?
Yeah, you could haul him out. Not
Yeah.
Galil.
Offer Basilius.
Not Galil.
Yeah.
Offer
No,
Basilius
no.
up as a sacrifice to the dragonlings.
I mean, we could do that. I think what
I will say
Curious. Yeah. Oh, go
I
ahead.
will say if you do that, I will give a penalty to Bando's loyalty test at the end of session, despite the necessity. Unless you want to convince him. I feel like as a hireling, seeing you dispose of somebody of your friend, that does not do well
No,
for
I-
return clients. You know what I mean? Like that's just not. That's all.
That's not why Urias wants to bring the body. He just doesn't want
Yeah.
to leave it down here. He wants to hide
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
up at the campsite, wrap it up in like a blanket, take 29 of the gold, and then take 2 coins, put one on either eye, right?
Yeah.
And go from there, and then just like wrap up the body, and maybe we can hide until the wyverns are gone.
Yeah. You wanna? So you're cool with hiding?
Yeah, Urias.
Okay. Cool. So then to catch up, to en passant this, right? Time passes as you all exfil out the long, narrowy cavern, right? So you have to strike up a new torch, just to see to get out of here. When you make it back to the tower, right?
Mhm.
That happens uneventfully. So back in the tower, I presume somebody's going to scout outside to look to see if there's the wyverns are still
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, I'll go scout.
Yeah, they're still out there. They're not circling the tower, but you can see that they're doing a wide pattern around the city. Looking for anything good.
Do our new characters stumble out of the bushes? Ahoy there! Fancy running into you here.
I mean, depends on. Yeah, we can ump us on that depending on what we want to do with burying the dead here.
Figure out how I roll a character up. So
Yeah.
Should we take a break right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll grab a drink and we can figure out how to give time to roll up new character.
Yeah, we'll just do that for real quick. So let's be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
That sucks, dude. Welcome. All right. It's 3d6 down the line for stats.
okay. So what is that? 6 or 6 3d6 down the lines?
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so who are the new folks? You have a name yet,
let's
Adam?
see. No, I'm generating one.
Okay. MK, do you want to go?
Yeah, I can go. I'm playing Hastar, a clanless dwarf priest soldier. Lawful good to Mitra. Uncharismatic as all heck. So yeah, really just here to follow orders and kick ass.
Okay.
I'm gonna name him Condyle because my last guy was killed by a femur, and a condyle is a part of a femur. And it sounds like a wizard name.
It does.
The long lost brother of Dak.
Candel Abra. Hyphen Cadabra.
Yeah, sure. Condyle Abra. All right.
Okay, so we have a new wizard and a priest joining us. Okay, so I imagine we can just unpass on it and say, you know, at night you all you're waiting there at night and you two show up, going through Arden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're basically, you know, eschewing the fact of having to get the party together. So you all meet. What is the plan? It is nighttime in Ardenville.
Probably stay in this campsite overnight, and yeah.
Awesome. Okay. It's also dark as hell. There is no moon, or there's the barest sliver of the moon. Okay.
Cool.
I mean, there were supplies
there
in
are-
this campsite. Could we start a fire?
Yeah.
With what was
Yeah.
left?
And there's sleeping bags and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. There are bedrolls and things here, so you all can just kind of bed down here.
Yeah.
Okay. There are things prowling around at night, though. So you have to keep it kind of down. You know, far away. You definitely hear the almost like the predatory stalks of some sort of hunters. That's all I will say. Without you all looking out and using light or anything like that. Something's out there is creeping, skulking, but doesn't go to the tower. They have other plans.
Okay. We just rotate watches down the list. And,
some sort of band, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Dawn comes with rosy fingers. What is the plan?
So, do we want to head back down and go in a different direction, or leave this horrible death tower aside? Be for now.
Maybe check out this interesting tower. Nobody's investigated this yet, right?
Up a tower?
The interesting tower in the middle of town. So we looked at that
Long
few
time
sessions back, whenever it was, and there's an inscription on the door. I can't remember what it said exactly, but it was something about needing to know or say, or something to do with the secret names of Thoth.
And we only know one of them. So
I mean, we could try it and see what happens.
Have we looked at this obelisk at all?
No.
yeah, I'd say maybe go check the obelisk and then check the stairs to see how the Azure Shield, if they're doing a good job guarding it, if it's cleared up a bit with the Beastmen and stuff.
Okay, we could head that way.
I mean, like, are these all the locations, or are there more locations that like aren't discovered?
The latter. There's more that aren't discovered.
Okay, so we're at the East Gate currently, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Could we just like go down this road and like start looking at some of these things that are like here? There's
Yeah.
like
Sure.
there's this building just to the southwest of us. Can we go look at that and see what that is?
Mhm.
Like, why don't we just search the area? Because we have like a semi-safe place here at the East Gate. Like, we have somewhere we can hunker down if we need to. If we spend a whole day like just searching the area, right?
Yeah.
And if we find some treasure, like we're more successful than the last like 3 expeditions.
All right, yeah. Let's head south-ish, southwest, and check out that building. Kick down some doors. Yeah.
Okay. So were you were heading where? Towards
I think
the
we're
estate? Oh no,
yeah,
you're
we're
staying
like-
inside the city.
So we're like moving along the road, but we're checking out buildings and stuff near the road as we go, because there's all sorts of ruins just there that we've not looked at.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And if I see a baboon, I want to just throw oil at it.
Okay. No. So you find this like one of like the larger roughly intact ruined buildings in this city, right? It's the whole city is basically again like it looks like it's been like a concussion blast wave has sort of knocked everything to the east. Basically from the Temple of Thoth. Looks like most stuff has kind of like been blown over that way. So whatever structures are still standing are largely just super strong stone. And the rest is just at this point is all kind of all vegetation and things of growing through the ruins and stuff like that. All right. When you get to this large ruin structure, you definitely hear the sound of something snoring loudly in here, or like snorting or rummaging. Like maybe it's having a bad dream.
Does it sound like a large thing, or is it like...
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to poke around at it?
It would smell musty as hell, probably. Like the closer you get to it, and like you want to look around and poke around.
Aurelius, you want to sneak in there and see?
Yep, I'll go have a look.
Is there a way for us to climb up to the roof of this building without going in? So maybe we can see if there's like a hole in the roof we can look down from.
Yeah, you want to
have someone go in.
Yeah, you could definitely climb at like kind of an adjacent ruin and kind of get a better gander down here.
Like, I don't want to just wander in on whatever this is. Like, if we can get an advantageous position on it, that would be good.
Right. Are you doing this stealthily?
I was
trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. I will need you to make a stealth test for this, because time is an issue. Given this thing could be aware of you.
Okay, I will. I'm
you have advantage because you're climbing.
Advantage.
Yeah. This is sneaking and climbing, so you could do it.
Got a 19.
All right, no issue at all here. All right. So it definitely doesn't pick up, and there are like rocks fall or anything there, like surprising or anything like that. So instead, yeah, you see what appears to be almost like a bear, but not. That is basically asleep down in a burrow hole. That is sort of it's carved itself out of these ruins down here. You can almost see sort of this trail of where it's been digging. It clearly has dug through like another, some sort of like its own sort of passage underground here, and got to here and is safely sleeping on its side.
Okay, so you say it's like a bear, but
yeah.
not how.
It's bear sized. It's got a large, but like more narrow snoot than a bear. It's got a little like white kind of diamond on the front of it. I don't know what you call that in hair. But it's kind of right. Like, what do you call like the coloration of fur that goes from like the snoot up to a line? It's definitely like a mammal, right? It's got large burrowing claws rather than salmon eating claws, or climbing claws.
Like some giant Wolverine or badger. Okay.
Okay, and sadly, it's not sleeping atop a pile of gold coins. Okay,
No.
I'll creep back down and report back.
Yeah, I don't know if you would use an American one. I mean, for your purposes, yeah, this would be considered like a large badger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we use the European badger or the American. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, coming down. Yeah, Aurelius will share the news that there is some large badger currently asleep right now.
Who brought? Not me, Aurelius. Off the top rope, like. Wow.
Yeah. It's unaware of you. You could.
Yeah, we'd actually get some experience from this session.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you think it's intelligent and would converse with us?
No,
Probably not.
Pest control.
Yeah, I think Aurelius has some stress to release after having this horrible experience the previous day. He's going to go stab the badger in the neck.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to need you to sneak up on it again because you came down from your perch to do that.
I did.
That is the problem. That is the one issue.
Yeah.
Right.
You were supposed to go in the cell. Just
Watch me now die to a giant badger. 14.
Are you lucky? Do you have luck? Because that is not
I
enough.
do. Okay, I'll spend my luck to reroll that. Do I just reroll one die or do I reroll the whole thing?
You reroll when you spend luck. You reroll the whole thing.
Okay. 16.
16 is enough. Okay, so there was a moment where like there's a rock that's falling or whatever, and you like grab it with your foot, and you like it's like balancing on your foot, and you're like, oh my god. All right, and you're able to diffuse the situation, and I think it's asleep. It doesn't notice you. You can kill something in your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You kill this creature. Congratulations.
Can you sneak up on the dragon and do this?
Yeah. But the hard part is sneaking up on the dragon. So like if you could do that. But yeah. Cool. All right, giant badger slain.
Okay. You said it looked like. Did you say it looked like it had tunneled up from somewhere? Is there a tunnel?
Yes. You can see down here. Well, I guess you can see that the start of a tunnel that's clearly going towards I guess this would be like if north is towards the broken head, this would be like southwest, like more towards like the plaza, like it's somewhere going that way. But you need a torch. You need something light down here because I imagine you have to drop down about 10 feet or so to get down to see where this thing's nested. Like it's clearly it dug into a cellar. You know what I mean? Like that's like been open and exposed for a long time, so it's been kind of like wet and cool.
Do we want to skin a giant badger? Like before we go and crawl past this thing, do we want to skin it to go and have something that could be moderately considered treasure?
Oh, I don't think Eric's going to give us anything for that.
In Gosterwick. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to be.
okay.
I would just require somebody to, I would say it takes a turn because as long as you're or have the training of how to skin something.
Anybody have like a hunter background or?
Because
Nope.
the value of the
My
pelt
guy
is it
has
being
to-
solid, right? It's not you don't get piecemeal pelt like that's not helpful to anybody unless you want like little socks for little babies, like no, it's not gonna work well.
Okay, so I'm gonna make the most messed up argument. So I rolled a background and I got sacrifice as an option. So my guy was a sacrifice. Could I argue that he has watched enough people be skinned alive that he knows how to skin an
I was gonna
animal?
say from the perspective of how to properly flay something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it that to you. But it is roll. But you were you.
Alright.
But yes, but you'd be rolling with wisdom.
Gross, -1. Alright, so do I have so I can roll with it?
I think you would. It would come out in full on a 14. But I also will graduate the failure if it's not.
Alright, so 1d20 -1 has to be greater than or equal to 14. 17!
Oh, nice. Well, you had advantage too. So I was giving you advantage, but you had to roll. Yeah, it's like you had advantage, but you roll with wisdom. Is like my thought of it, how to do it, because you're just doing it off kind of the vibe of your background, but you do have experience with your vibe.
Fighting through the
Okay.
flashbacks, he
Yeah.
the giant badger.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, a turn will go by doing that, but yeah. So go ahead. I would say this is bulky, right?
So like 2 slots?
Yeah.
Is there anything else in this building that we could explore while that happens?
A lot of urine.
Oh.
But no, down here looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have open inventory slots so I don't slow down the group?
Yes. Yep.
Do you want some oil?
Sure.
Alright, how many do you want? I have 3 of them.
I will.
I need to
take-
free up 2 spaces.
I will take 3 of them. That's fine.
Alright, you can have all 3.
So you do
Okay.
find something down here. You find a bit of an enameled plaque. That's in Mithric.
Okay.
Does anyone speak, or actually, does anybody read Mithric? That's not
I've not figured out my languages for this guy yet.
okay.
No.
Well, I don't think you would be. Well, I mean, you could do it later, but this is like why you're skinning this. Everyone else is rummaging around.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's a long inscription.
Yeah.
But you can definitely see.
How do I figure out languages? I don't know.
The wizard tells you the number of languages that you have, and then there's a language linked thing for that.
Alright.
2 common languages and 2 additional rare languages. So you could learn Mithric.
Okay. So, yeah, I can say I know Mithric. I'd be going to a city that spoke Mithric, right?
Well, they speak it in the colleges, right? It's like if you went to college and they taught in Latin, so you have to learn Latin or like Linear B or something like that.
Alright, makes sense.
Okay, cool. So, where we're at is there's this enameled plaque that we found down here, and they were kind of waiting for you to finish up so you could decode it, right? And for you, the first thing that immediately comes to mind looking at it is that A, it's not magical, but B, the very first word is Vulgaris. So I'll paste it in the roles channel because this is a transcription that you can literally read. So rather than something said, so it won't be like an audio file or anything like that. It says Vul's insight takes 3 days to receive. And is wearying due to the need to chant the incantation 4 times per hour. Do not falter, or the consequences shall be severe.
Man, if only the wizard was still alive. This would have
Yeah,
been
so thinking, if only we knew someone who wants to emulate Vul.
Oh, the irony. But alas.
Alright, so I gotta figure out what this incantation is. Bull's insight takes 3 days to receive and is wearing due to the need to chant the incantation 4 times per hour. Do not falter, or the consequences shall be severe. All right.
So do you want to check out the sort of burrow and tunnel? Let's see where it goes and what cellar it leads into.
Yeah, I think so. I'll light up a torch.
Okay.
I have a ton of torches, but realized I have to hold a shield. So if somebody wants to just take them off me, also as we go through.
I can hold a torch.
Sure, you can take one.
All right. So, Condyle is torchbearer.
Oh, is Bando with us, or do we need to roll loyalty? Did he go home after?
we're still adventuring. We're still adventuring, so he's still ride or die for you.
Okay.
And you didn't have to feed your friend to the wyverns, so there's that as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you have bedrolls, so like you could kind of relax a little bit rather than just stay up all night out of fear. Okay, so the first thing I would note is that this badger seems to have dug into what would be probably some sort of cemetery. So there are some open graves, like below.
Uh-oh.
Right.
That's our favorite.
Is it as quiet as the grave down there?
It is as quiet as the grave. They look like they've all been smashed open, but rather than the lids of these coffins and stuff opened, it looks like they were smashed open from like the feet, because that's kind of sort of like where you're in, right? You can almost imagine that like this was not, like literally just like a row of interred bodies in old coffins, right? And most of them, it looks like they've been broken into.
Oh.
I would say there's 3. Yeah, there's 3 that aren't, but there's about 15 that were broken into. You could rummage around the ones that are open, kind of do it all, and take your time, or be specific. Let me know what you want to do.
Looking in them, do they look like the bodies have been eaten?
So the ones that are open closest to you don't have any bodies in them at all, nor signs of an arm or a finger or anything left over, ribbon, nothing like that. Like left over in the grave, there is some a small set of grave goods. There is a small silver amulet or a holy symbol to Thoth.
Yeah, I think that we need to come back with something. So
Yeah.
So
we can grab the grave goods.
Yep.
Okay. So in the
Do we
first
wanna-
one, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna.
I was just
We
sorry.
keep doing it.
I was just gonna say we could open the last 3 sarcophagi too to see what's inside of them, the coffins. Because there might be more grave goods in them.
Oh, definitely. Okay.
So
I think Haster will just look at you and be like, "Is this how your species defiles your dead?" And just spits at y'all.
yes.
It is. They don't need it.
How are you going to get rich respecting the dead?
they've been here a long time. I don't think they care anymore.
Okay. Let me tell you what's in them. Okay. The first sarcophagus has 6 beads. They're of agate that form a necklace. Seems like it was ripped off, like it's broken. That treasure's worth 15 gold pieces. The next one down is a pouch that looks like a crown royal bag of purple. strung with a golden, like yellow thread. Feels like a bag of sand or beads that are really small. Require investigation to figure out what the heck that is. And then the last thing here is there is a small quiver of arrows in the third sarcophagus. There are 3 arrows in particular, but they, unlike the rest of the grave here, they look immaculately well preserved and slightly thrum with magic. They are wrapped in a stained now purple cloth.
I have detect magic as a spell. When I cast that, is it like detect magic in an area, or is it like just is this item I'm looking at magic?
No, it's effectively, if you cast it on an item, you can do it either way. Like wide area could help you identify things that are magic that are hidden, but you could also just like kind of narrow it and say like, hey, I want to cast detect magic on this thing, and I'll tell you the magical properties effectively. Like, you know, you would see if it's cursed and stuff like that, and you also understand like its magical properties, rather than having to
All right.
do it the hard way.
So all the grave goods, I'd like to cast detect magic over all of them, probably just to see if any of them are possibly cursed. Like gather them all up in one area and cast over it.
Okay. So yes, but I'm going to ask for what is the order that you want to do this in?
Amulet first, and then beads, and then the bag with the small beads, and then the arrows last, because we're pretty sure those are magical, because you said they throw them with magical power.
Okay.
So I'd like to do those ones last, just in case they like react violently to magic.
Sure. Okay, so you will detect magic on the amulet. You have to roll for detect magic, by the way.
Yep. 15
No problem at all.
for the first one.
Okay.
And then
So
do I just do it for each item, or?
yeah, so what's going to happen here is the amulet is definitely not magical, nor are the beads. You get to the bag, that's when the rest of the group hears some croaking coming from further down this cemetery and above you.
Like the croaking of a frog or the croaking of something else?
Croaking of something else. Something that sounds more like what you were hearing outside the tower at night.
Okay, I was afraid it was the
Multiple-
croaking of non-frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to peek up.
Yeah.
Let's happen to see if there's like zombies or ghouls, and be like, "I told you, disturbing the dead was unwise."
Oh yeah. There is a grave chill in the air. So you get to the bag, right? So this was like 2 turns of analyzing. And yeah, that's when we see Hastar look up and oh yeah, you can see at your feet, you can see that there are about at least 4 sets of feet so 8 legs total. 4 sets of bipedal feet walking around on the surface, skulking, prowling. Light gray, gaunt,
Can I just
mouth breathing.
can I just start by casting Turn Undead?
Oh yeah, that's probably wise.
What do I actually need to do this for? Instant near. It's my spellcasting for priest is wisdom,
It sure is.
and I don't have advantage on this. I think priests just know it, right? It doesn't count towards your number of known spells. Okay, cool. That's it. So, boom. 21.
Okay. So you surprise this pack of 4 ghouls as you get the drop on them. holy
They need a
symbol out.
charisma check against my spell
Yeah.
modifier.
Right. What is... You're going to run the jewels. The ghouls, really. They're 0. Okay, so just...
Oh wow, that one did quite well.
So you casted it, which is great. Then for me, if anybody... What was it? Is something like if I lose by 10 or more?
A charisma check versus my spellcasting check, and my wisdom is a +2, so 14.
So the 2 break.
Oh, it's... Yeah, no, I'm trying to... Definitely 2 will break. I'm just trying to determine whether or not they're actually outright destroyed.
Oh, it's if a creature fails by 10 plus points and is equal to or less than your level, it is destroyed.
Ah, no, they're greater than your level. So, okay, so 2 of them are repelled, but also they get hit by a shining divine light blast. So, they're aware of you now.
Stand back and be ready.
Yeah.
Furious says.
Okay, we're gonna do initiative, which is gonna be awkward because they are above you. At least 2 goals are.
What is this modifier?
And quick light audit. Who has the light?
I had light.
I also have lights.
Okay. Okay, looks like it's me. Who goes first? Okay, a ferocious howl goes out as they scream in pain and burn in your divine sunlight. Right? So 2 of them flee in pain, but the other 2 are ready to take revenge. Or okay, so the first one is definitely going to go after Hastar, and I think the second one is going to be it's going to dip down and kind of go past you, Hastar, and get into the mix of it. Which I'm going to roll randomly to see who's going to be closest to him where they drop down. So one's going on you, Hastar. 16
hits.
for 1 damage. And then you need to make a con save or be paralyzed. 12 is what the target number.
12.
No fear.
Nice.
Okay, now I'm going to roll randomly to see who the other guy goes after. So that would be Candle, Bando, Furious, so a D4. Bando, so Urius.
Okay.
You are its you're its chosen foe. 16
Just hits.
for 4.
Okay, yep, still up.
All right, con save. Nice. No fear. No paralyzation
No
for
fear.
you.
Oh,
Okay.
wasted a 20 though.
My turn's over.
So Star is gonna bash his sword and shield together and then try to behead the one that just swung at me.
Yeah. Bando's like, not these again. 12 hits for
First
sure.
ball.
Oh, Mr. Aurelius, need to get out of here.
For 6 damage.
Brutal. Okay. It's still up, but that's multiple ribs broken. It will survive another hit like that for sure.
It's like, come Bando, join my side. Soldiers in battle, we got this.
All right, Lauren, what does Urius do?
Urias' mighty deed will be to hack off the arm at the shoulder with the sword,
Yeah, disarm it.
disarm it, literally.
The fast and the
So-
Urias.
Oh wait, sorry. Oh, the same. Okay, I am cursed.
That's
I am
literally
so
okay.
cursed.
All right, that
That's-
sucks.
That's like
Yeah.
the lowest I think you can
Literally-
possibly roll.
Lauren literally rolled a 1 and a 1. Okay, that sucks. All right,
Mhm.
so it was.
That's okay. That's fine. I didn't like this character.
All right.
You're
Condyle.
still traumatized from the basement or from down below.
Condyle
Yeah.
Abra.
All right. Condyle would throw a dagger at the one with the broken ribs.
Okay.
D20. I don't know what to add to it, so I'm just rolling D20.
Dex.
Yeah.
Add your dex for range.
So plus
That's-
0, so 13
Hits. 13 hits.
All right, so 1d4.
Mhm.
1.
Okay. Glancing blow.
And
Very
I'll also
interesting.
throw a dagger at the same one.
I've had it. 11 hits.
4.
Right through the eye. It's dead. It immediately goes limp and slumps down. Reminder that these things do not shed blood at all. It just goes down. Like a switch turns off. Okay.
Okay.
It's to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Urias.
Go ahead. Finish me off.
We're engaged in Mortal Kombat.
Can I sunder my shield?
You can.
Yes. I will
Awesome.
do that.
All right. Shield is sundered as it rips apart your shield trying to get at you.
Mhm.
No damage.
Okay.
That's my turn. I only have one lad left.
hmm
I see this and charge over and be like, Mitra protects, and then try to stab it in the back.
Yeah. Give it.
Oh,
Not
my
gonna
poor
do.
little dwarf legs don't quite make the jump.
I think as it eats on, kind of chews on my shield, I'm gonna try and hack its arm off again. Nope. I really have the worst combat rolls. Gee. Okay,
You-
that's fine.
You are channeling my dice rolling for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
May your daggers fly quick, Condyle and Aurelius.
Oh, sorry. Missed that it was my turn. I kind of want to try to tackle it down and see if I can get Aurelius to just like stab it while it's down on the ground, and then hopefully it doesn't kill someone's like actual beloved character versus my first level guy. But
So I've thrown my dagger, so I don't have any stabbing ability left. I'll just have to use a crossbow when it comes to my turn.
But if you
Alright,
run up
so-
there, you can pick up your dagger while you're stabbing it.
yeah, so
Using your noggin.
I'll try to barrel into this thing and tackle it to the ground so it doesn't kill Urias, because I think Urias is going to be the one that can actually kill this thing, and I can't do much.
Sure.
It's the first
Uh,
adventure for this character. It doesn't matter.
Attack roll it. Yeah.
All right, so
With strength.
D20.
Yeah.
What's my
Honest-
modifier in strength? +0.
Okay.
So
No,
16.
I think a 16 will do it. I think a 16, you're just it's flashing about on Urias, and you just kind of blindside tackle it down. But yeah, it will undoubtedly be the guy. You're gonna be its target. But yeah,
Yeah.
for the time being though, it's like kind of stunned and
On the ground.
yeah. So it's on the ground, barrel.
Could I put my torch down without risking it going out and fire a crossbow in the same round?
It's always it's a 50-50 dropping your torch. There's no sconces down
Oh,
here
I
to
want
put it in.
my torch there, so let me 1d2 this. 1. It would have gone out.
All right, you only have one
Okay,
torch
then
light left.
I don't want to risk mine going out then. Okay, I want to, I guess, move up to the one that has my dagger sticking in it and draw the dagger out.
Yeah.
And
Throw it. You can do that.
Yeah. Okay,
That's all
great.
one turn.
Yep. 12.
12 will hit
2.
for 2. Tickling it. Still up.
All right.
And
All right. This you tackled the ghoul. The ghoul will stab you with its claws. And
Condyle, it was good to know you.
it will lick you with its tongue. 10?
10. I have no dex modifier, no armor. So does that hit still?
That would hit.
That's
Hit 10
yeah.
All right.
for 5.
I have 1 HP, so I'm down.
Okay.
And I have a -1 con mod.
Then I guess while it's distracted licking him, I'm gonna try to cut its head off.
It now has a paralyzed, dying person on top of it, so hopefully it can't move.
Yeah.
Do they get advantage on their attacks on the prone
You-
enemy?
Yeah, you should be getting advantage. I didn't call
Okay.
it out. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense from the tackle.
18.
I'll do it.
6 damage.
Ooh, okay. It's staggered, reeling, about to break. Lauren, you have
What do
you
deliver
have
the
advantage.
killing blow.
You're please. You have advantage. Don't do any more psych. Crit finally. Oh my god.
There you go.
God, that was hurting. Okay, perfect.
Okay. 1d8 plus 2 for strength plus 1 for
No,
damage.
not no,
It's
not
2d8.
you don't.
What?
It's 2d8.
No.
It's 2d8, but you don't add your strength to damage. You add your mighty deed
Oh,
side
right.
damage.
Sorry, I'm on DCC mode. So
Yeah.
2d8 plus 1.
And you just take the highest.
17.
Well, you're just gonna roll 2 8s. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely obliterate it.
Finally, I've done something.
Yeah.
Yeah, where was that on the big giant old one?
Yeah.
I'm just
I
like
think I
picturing Urias like stabbing this thing and like dragging it out from under my corpse and like flinging it into the
Exactly.
wall, and it just like splatters with this like way
Or is it
overkill.
20
Yeah.
feet away.
There's
Well,
not much of a ghoul
there's-
left.
There's not a lot of time to celebrate as the the sounds of those fleeing ghouls are like, they're like, they can't get closer to you, but they're like, repelled by the turn undead. So they're like hissing and hollering, and you can hear the skittering and mouth breathing of more lurking and skulking from around this part of Ardenville.
Also, I'm dying.
True. So what are you gonna do?
Beru, save me.
Oh, it's Condyle's turn, though. I think you need to.
Oh, I roll my
Yeah.
d20.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa.
1. I think I die.
You do die actually because you only had one round and this was it. So,
Alright.
Okay, rip Condyle. Two
Rip
characters
Condyle.
down already. All right.
I'm very efficient at losing characters, just FYI.
Me too.
I
A
think,
man
we,
after.
I think
yeah.
we grab everything and retreat.
How many are there?
At least 4. Minimum 4, maximum 12. Like you're hearing multiple hollers, right? And like,
Yeah.
they're weird, gaspy, laughing or anger, psyching themselves up.
This character only has 1 oil flask. I thought he had 4. That was the previous one. I was just gonna napalm the whole graveyard.
I have some oil. Sure. We could
Yeah,
just set
you're right.
this on fire and leave.
yeah, let's grab the valuables and get out of here.
Yeah.
Did I manage to identify that last item or that bag of beads before I died?
No, you got to it, and then that's when the dwarf kicked things off.
All right.
So there's a bag and weird arrows.
And 2 non-magical items.
I'll pocket the unidentified magic bag.
I have room for arrows.
There's also a 2 slot badger pelt if you guys wanted to take that. Also, amulet and 6 amber beads.
Oh, the amulet and beads those don't take up a slot, right? Or those just other possessions?
No. They would take up a slot.
Okay.
Oh, also, Condyle had 60 coins on him. 60 gold piece.
I don't know if we got time to be rummaging through
No.
your coin purse while these things are charging.
Oh, I'm just
But-
cutting off the coin purse and taking it.
Well, hopefully
I'll
you're
take
keeping.
the whole coin purse.
I'm saying this could all be done in one turn if you do it hastily here. But my patience could be worn thin and be down too. And I hope you've been counting the number of rounds since you casted Turn Undead, because the ones that fail only can survive for or only repelled for 5.
Yeah.
Does it say 5 rounds?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does say 5 rounds. Okay. That was 4 rounds?
Yep.
I think,
We need to
yeah.
go.
I don't know. You should probably, regardless, you should probably be telling your friends we need to get the hell out of here.
Rounds or turns?
Crawling round. So like an individual person would be like a. Oh wait. Well, I don't know. When all the party acts, whatever that is called, you know.
Okay.
That's a
Because
turn.
like a lot of these OSR games split up rounds is like the whole 6 or 10 or 1 minute
Yeah.
rounds, and then there's the 10-minute turns, which are like dungeon turns.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
I
So
wasn't
I
sure
meant
if it was.
I was using the wrong nomenclature. You're absolutely spot on.
It says
I meant
rounds and
but Shadow Dark really calls them crawling rounds. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why.
so it's one whole around the group.
Yeah. So effectively, you can take your 10ish minutes or whatever to do this stuff for one turn.
All right, and then the combat would have been 1-2 or something.
Yeah, every time
Yeah.
it comes to you is 1 round.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter if it's a combat round or a
Or crawling, no.
crawling round. It's all-
Exactly.
If we're
Yeah,
in
there's-
initiative order, it's each one is a round.
Yeah. It's sorry. They're
Okay.
yeah. I love that you just like drop into a game and it's like I didn't do anything to explain you the rules to it. So I appreciate so much that you were so open. But yeah, there's like an always on initiative thing to the game.
Okay.
And that's how it tracks turns. Okay. Yeah, so we're GTFOing through the Way of the Badger.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Are we dipping back to the inn? Or are we gonna just be cool and keep exploring more? And hope these ghouls don't pursue.
I mean, if we go back to the Heidi spot, they might follow us there. But also, if we go back to the inn, we just leave his corpse there.
I assume you already did leave
Yeah, but
Condyle there.
Yeah, we're leaving him there.
maybe it'll scare off some other adventurers that go in there.
I mean, leaving Condell behind, the ghouls probably won't follow you, but
Yeah.
Yeah, there won't be a corpse left to scare adventurers in the future.
Oh no, I meant the wizard body that we left in the tower.
I'm happy with the ghouls dealing with that too.
Okay.
Basilisk. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're-
Yeah.
It's going to be very cleaned up. No dead wizards left behind. They're all eaten. Feed the local wildlife.
You should not feed ghouls wizards. That's a bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And spoil their appetite, raise their
They're going to randomly
intelligence.
start
That's how you
spitting
get
out
licked.
stuff.
I think when we get back to the building out of the tunnel into the badger's lair, I'm going to take an oil flask. I'm going to smash it in behind and leave the oil in the entrance to the tunnel and suggest we light it as we leave, just in case any ghouls want to come up. This way it'll give us a couple rounds to get out of here.
you're taking your it is sort of like a roughly 6.5 feet, 7 foot kind of like slant up this cellar. I let you all go down because there was time tools opportunity. There was no pressure, but obviously like getting out of here is going to be similarly, especially because with the fire that's enough cover that everyone can kind of pull themselves out over at least over a single turn. You know what I mean? Especially with Urias strength. Okay, cool. Yeah, they don't pursue. Like they get to like the fire and the daylight, and they're like, and they're not really to pursue you over open ground. this far.
Yeah. Mhm.
They stick to their haunt. Just somewhere near this badger tunnel, apparently.
Yeah.
All right.
You should
Dang
do
it. I liked Condyle's stuff.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You want to play Bando for a little bit? Or are you good?
Nah, it's good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah. You have
I
that
don't
GM
wanna-
spirit where it's fine. Like, you don't really.
Yeah. Okay, so session 1 of Wolves.
Yeah.
Playing with Canyon. Canyon was running. I lost 4 characters to the same mummy.
Yeah.
So that was that's my record. And I was trying to keep them all alive, but we wanted to kill that mummy really bad.
Wow. Just sending human waves at it.
Yeah.
Okay. But on track. So we're going to return to our little safe north tower on the east gate. Hidey hole.
Yes.
Great. Cool. And so it was. Nothing's pursuing you over the city. What would you like to do? You're in your little hidey hole.
So we could go back down and check out another direction. But if the undead giant is there, we'll just be ripped apart.
If the what is there?
If the undead giant is still
Oh,
there,
yeah.
we'll just be ripped apart.
I mean, I think there wasn't really another direction that we didn't know. So the only thing would be going down to get to the inn and basically unlocking it for these characters.
Yeah. We might
Or
have
we
the
could
money
check
for
this-
that. Yeah, there's these other directions and like this.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
How much money do we have? I have 8 gold.
So I have a bunch of platinum coins actually. So yeah, I think I could afford the inn for everyone.
Okay. And we have this stuff we found that we could sell because there's a merchant down there.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got 2 torches, an oil flask, and a lantern. Does anybody else have torches? Are we good?
I have a torch and 2 oil.
I'm out of torches, so I guess we'll have to stock up if we need to head down because it burns like at least 2 torches getting just down
Yeah.
to like the lift area, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember how many we burnt through.
There's the natural cave, and then there's the stairs off the second of the secret entrance.
Yeah, the spiral staircase.
Yeah, in each
Yeah.
of those time passes, I require a torch to be burned or light to be burned because of how long it takes.
Okay, then yeah. So as long as we have three torches, we should be fine for now. I have 2 and a lantern, so that should be
And I have
good.
a spare.
Yeah.
I have a spare.
I'm also using a shield though, so somebody else will have to actually carry it.
I lost my shield. I'll carry it.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to make it to the inn below.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, the House of Isocrax. Isocorax. Awesome. Okay. Let's see how things fare for you.
Please don't let the undead giant have opened the old ones.
No.
Undead giant party downstairs.
Look at you. No, fortunately, so we can safely say that when you descend down the stairs, you can make it through, or you can descend down not the stairs, but the cave complex
Yeah.
through the trap doors. You can get to the old ones don't open room.
Mm-hmm.
They are all still chained up. No sign of that undead giant.
Okay. I'll
Do you
open
want to
the
run over
secret
there
door.
and try to loot?
Yeah.
Loot Galil?
You press the trigger on the one that we know about. Opens the secret door.
Yeah, I don't think heading down to try to loot Galil is a good idea. Like if the giant just like reclining in the throne, that's not
Yeah.
good.
He's got a magic potion.
Oh, never know.
Actually, what other? Yeah,
Maybe
dust
to
of sneezing and choking.
Well, some braver adventurers can recover that dust and potion. Yeah, I think let's just head through the secret door and down these spiral stairs.
If another party found his corpse, would they have a chance to learn the spells in his spellbook? Or is that only for non-player characters?
No, other people could learn this from your spellbook. For
Okay.
sure. Okay. So then we can zoom down to where we get to the start of the secret door,
Ooh.
right? Where's that come?
Y-
Ah, here it is, over here, yeah. So there's the spiral staircase going down. It descends 250 feet. It costs your torches. Yeah, the door looks like just how you left it. This place has not been occupied or used, or this whole hallway has been left kind of concealed in disuse. What would you like to do? Want to open the door?
We used
Yeah.
up my torches for this, right? Before I double delete stuff from inventory. Okay, sounds like it. No objections.
Yeah, let's go through and yeah. Do we just want? Yeah, do we probably just want to head straight to the lift rather than try exploring up here?
Do we
Right.
want to peek a bit to see? I mean, I know we don't have that much time, but it would.
Yeah, let's peek.
yeah, let's map it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
so yeah, we'll head into this room to start with and see what we see.
So you're entering the fine stone kind of opening area here. You definitely hear though the sounds of the troll lifts, command barking, being like, "Come on, goblin slaves, move it!" From I think Riglon, or I think is his name.
Yep, Riglon.
But you also hear the footsteps of someone else approaching from the north, heading down this direction as well. So we can say that you don't turn the corner yet, and you want to take a glance. This is one of those. This is one of those Gothic armored knights. Not the short, squat dwarf one. This one looks much taller, but still wearing this black Gothic armor with silver filigrees, faceplate down. Literally looks like something out of fucking Dark Souls. There's no squire following this one. This one seems to have a bit more or less joviality, if you could even call that dwarf jovial.
This person must be super serious.
I killed fun for its XP. It's like what it says. That's what it says. That's its
I'm
vibes.
content with just letting this person walk by, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what's our marching order? Are you in front of me? I kind of assumed because I have like 10 HP that I would be in front. But
Yeah, you should probably go in front.
okay. I'd just like put my hand back, be like, wait. Or do the SWAT team like quiet hand signals. And it's like, okay. When he passes by.
Cool. Yeah, they give no interest, or if they did see you, they literally don't care. They're clearly doing their own missions. They got their own stuff going on. All right, so let's explore to the north here, right? So there's this 15-foot hallway that extends north. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, goes 70 feet straight. 40 feet on the east. There's a door.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7 here.
Then 40 feet on the eastern side of that hallway, there is a door. And obviously, at the end of that hallway that I just described, there is also a door.
Doors on the eastern side.
Correct.
Oh, not the western side.
Yeah, that's this side.
That.
Yep. Standard Arcantian stone doors. But as you are looking down that way, let me describe what's down this other staircase here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a garish, large chamber. The stairs go down. Their leaves, so they go down and descending 20 feet, leaving a 40 by 10 sort of promenade or mezzanine level before there's flanks of staircases on the top and bottom of this long rectangular 40 by 90 rectangular room.
Longer or taller?
Longer.
40 by 9.
There's a giant, so basically in front of you, like, so you can't see the floor that's right in front of this sort of like landing or mezzanine area. But you can see that it's clearly, there's this giant statue that's painted up in bright hues that are like, it's like it's 20 feet tall. It's massive.
It's like here.
No, it's 10 feet from, yeah. But I would actually describe it as it's more like 20 feet wide rather than 10 feet. So like I would double the diameter. Yeah. So it's a big ass circle. It, like, the best way to describe it would be like, it's not it's just to give you an impulse of sort of what this looks like. It's like, think like Shiva, like a 6-armed warrior goddess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although it is obviously not her. There is, like, it has some sort of like veil like over their face. It has small little horns like the old ones do. And it's draped in all sorts of various designs, from like a austere Arcantian toga to other types of wraps. On one foot there's a sandal. It seems to just collect almost, it's a panoply of vibes all over the statue. But what is obvious as well is that it looks like it's not in motion, but it appears to be like in motion, as though like, it's doing like it's dancing Carmen, or like with castanets kind of look. Like it's clearly looking and lithe and acrobatic.
Does it remind us of any gods that we know of? Do we know who's the statue of?
Yeah, as a priest, I think.
Yeah.
No.
I think
Okay.
I think there's one. There's a couple gods that are like weird gods of destruction and chaos. That are kind of close. I'm failing to remember the name of them right now, but they're not it. Is what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to say there's something close to it, like it kind of rhymes, but it doesn't seem to be like, how confident you are when you see stuff about Thoth. About the ibis heads and the baboons and the scripts and stuff. This is, not that.
Do we smell any like incense or anything? Does it, because we're still at like the top of the staircase, right? We're just,
Yeah,
does this
definitely.
seem like a worship place or like a church that we're going down into?
Yeah, this place reeks like a dang abattoir.
Perfect. I would like to go in and pay respects to Mitra while we're here.
Mm-hmm. So you want to? So can you describe to me what you're doing when you say I pay respects? I don't understand.
Yeah, it'll just be like, I guess I walk down there, look around, I realize it's not a shrine to Mitra, and it's probably just like generic all gods come here to sort of do your worship room. So what would Mitra want as the lawful good? What is she like again?
Wait, there's hallways here, staircase down here.
Defender,
Staircase down here,
oath,
by the way.
humanitarian impulses, scales of justice. Okay. Yeah, if there's like a offering altar or something, I'm just gonna go put a pack of rations down and a gold coin and be like for any needy that happen to survive the gauntlet down here.
Okay. So again, this place smells revolting. It seems gross. It's almost like a imagine sort of like a weird European nightclub. It's but also like garish and bizarre. So it's kind of smoky.
Oh, it wasn't smoke of good incense.
No.
Oh, my bad.
No. I want to give you the correct vibes here.
Yeah.
It does not seem like a place that it does not seem like anything that you would see on the House of the Gods.
Yeah. This is somewhere Runar would like.
The vibes aren't good. Back out.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I see. This is maybe not my type of club.
Yeah.
Just back out.
You back out and you see something skitter and torchlight near the statue, like almost like as though it detects your presence and arises up from whatever these stairs that I just flagged here below. It's from this room. There's like these yellowy larval / slimes that are just kind of like jumping like dolphins that are like breaching, back into slimes and are just kind of like breaching around before going back down to their whatever kind of basin or place, wherever these stairs their home is. Did not seem friendly.
I just like book it out of there. Maybe around the other
Yeah.
stairs.
I would point out that in one of the 6 hands, though, of the statue, there does seem to be a large red gem in their hand. You backed out, but like, just
Yeah.
I would point out that there is something there.
But tell the rest of the group it's like this place is unholy, but there is loot down there.
Definitely unholy energy here.
Is it worth dying for?
I feel if you died in front of that altar, your soul would be tormented for all eternity.
Then let's go somewhere else.
Let's die in front of some other altar.
Mhm.
Do you want to check out the doors north or?
Sure. Yeah. Let's pop open, or before we pop it open, I guess. Do we hear anything?
Thief.
Yep. You have to press my ear up against the door.
It's as quiet as the grave.
Okay.
Does it smell also like the other room?
Yes. It's smelling like this like sickly, gross, bloody mucus smell.
Be like, what's behind door number 3? Walk up to the next door.
Okay. You can see that this door is clearly locked.
Well, not for much longer.
Yep. It's totally pickable.
Okay. 20 to unlock.
20 will absolutely do it. Just stand by for just a second.
Why is my text a different? Open Sands 14. There we go.
though, I realized looking at the time, we don't have that much session left. Maybe we should just peek through this door and then hurry on down to the inn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pop the door in, map it out, and then run back.
Okay. You hear the slow sounds of marching coming across the bridge in this path over from behind you. You've heard this marching cadence before.
Beastmen?
Beastmen marching.
Yeah. So you get to the door, you've unlocked it, and then you hear the chung 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 step march cadence of the beastmen.
They're
So
walking,
you wanna-
but they're marching from this bridge side, right?
Yeah, they're approaching you, like they're approaching your vector. Like they're going from the bridge up to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like when maybe, I mean, they haven't
Just making
crossed
sure
they haven't
don't
crossed
come
room
in from
3.
the
They haven't
other side.
Yeah, like I'm saying right now is you can hear them as they're going across the bridge right now. They haven't made it to room 3 yet or anything like that as you're watching. Right?
Yeah.
So anyways,
Okay.
speaking of time, I'll try to keep time precious here. So you do want to peek into this room, right?
Yes.
Okay. It is a hexagon room. It's 30 feet, 15 feet, 15 feet. Sorry, I guess it's actually 20 feet, and then I guess it's 20 feet on every side. It's diagonals. It's weird. Yeah. But other than that, this hexagonal room, it looks like it's very plain. Almost looks like very exquisite marble. There is no exits or anything, or it just seems to terminate. However, there are 2 equidistant statues. Is that an octagon?
Yes.
The
it
sides,
is.
the left and right sides just come together to points. To help you out. All right. And in those left and right sides, there are these 2 large statues on each side. They
Funny. Yeah. I got it.
like this.
Okay. Not the upside.
Sorry. I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Here, in the expedience of time. Okay, and these statues have gem-socketed eyes. They are, Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me retract that. There is something different in this room that I should explain. There is I would describe as a. So this room is rather like gray, like a gray stone, Arcantian worked stone room. In the middle, in the center of this room, there is a change in the coloration and style of the floor into white marble. And this white marble is about a 10 feet kind of sphere or like circle on the floor here. And written in modern Arcantian on the floor there, it says, "To proceed, one must sometimes adopt a new perspective." Now, there are 2 statues in this room. The one on the left, the one on the western step one is a shabbily dressed, hunched fellow. So this is an Arcantian with a sack over their shoulder, wearing a cap and eye patch. And in one hand is a pilgrim staff. The other one is a female Arcantian, depicting her with waist-length hair, swayed back, a loose tunic and trousers, as well as a skull cap. In her right hand is a long-stemmed rose, and in her left a slim rapier, carved, not real. The eyes of each statue are very unrealistic and large crystals. The ones in the western one are 3-inch diameter yellow crystals, while the eastern one, the female statues ones are red.
Also,
and yeah.
Also 3 inches.
Correct. Is anybody a scholar or historian or like a bard or has a minstrel background? Anyway?
No.
Okay.
Or Calamanos.
Or historians? Okay.
It's Bando.
Oh, Bando's
Yeah.
a minstrel, right?
Bando, wait, fuck, Bando is a minstrel. He would know.
Yep. Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, Bando gets to say he knows these statues. He knows who they are.
Oh.
And they represent one of the what are called like the 20s. They are like a list, some of like these local legend heroes of our Cantos that people love to debate whether or not so and so should be in the list or not, right? And these two are some of the worthies of the list. I think actually they're called the worthies. So the Western statue is depicting one of these worthies known as Laurel One Eye. He is sort of like a Robin Hood. What's the name of the rabbit that gets the trick on everybody? Elarira, like that's my Watership Down reference. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like he's sort of like the trickster god kind of thing. And on the east side here is one called Jacinth the Rose, who's known for good retorts and romance. Both famous worthies, but yeah. I am aware we're running out of time, so perhaps we should think about this as you all
Yeah, let's just head to the inn.
you cast yeet. Yeah. All right. So the one thing
Throw the gold on them.
well, the one thing I do need to wonder is that how you're going to handle the beastman situation. Are you going to try to make peace here as you go down, or are you going to cause a ruckus, or are you going to hide here and just let them do their thing? Like, how do you want to solve this kind of problem before we wrap up?
I was thinking of just like booking it to Riglon, because I don't know. I feel like he probably wouldn't tolerate fighting in like his little throne room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is
Okay,
like
you
prime
wanna-
rule
you want to claim diplomatic immunity from them.
I mean, not so much that. It's just I think I feel like if they tried to start a fight there, he'd be like, "Stop it, or I'll just throw you into the chasm."
Yeah. Okay. And that your bet pays off. That is actually what he will do. While he doesn't know all of you or anything like that, he does not he puts zero tolerance on that. And you see, and more importantly, you see that the beastmen do not protest like they want to, and then their sergeant says, "Oh, absolutely, look, you're the boss. In fact, we're here, like we're here because we like you all so much." And they're almost obsequious. No, that's not the right word. Like it's like soothing platitudes, like when you're like, oh yeah, like they're very smart. You're like demure, like you're giving them like they're just completely blowing smoke about like, oh, you guys are so much better, Riglon, you're of course like we were never kind of,
So does he charge the 5 of us 3 gold each to head down again?
Absolutely.
Okay,
He rips you off.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. As you're descending, even the beastmen would say like, at least those guys got ripped off. Okay.
Yeah, and we head through to the inn.
The House of
and
Ice.
25 gold a month.
Yep.
Okay.
So you guys descend literally twice as much as just as much as the total staircase and winding river to get down to this inn. That's how deep this place is. You go into the weird, almost oily, pebbly, rocked surface. Landing here, so different than everything else. But then there's this Arcantian manor that's sort of built in the Arcantian style in regular stone, just off the side. The House of Isochorix. Peace-bounded place.
I've marked off all the money for that.
Good. Excellent. Okay. I think a peddler would be willing to buy your furs down here, for sure.
Okay.
So there's that. You have that going for you. So let's talk about experience. Also, can we just talk about how much of a bro Adam is dying so he
Yeah.
gives up his share of XP? What a true hero. Okay, so I'm giving you experience for 4 ghouls. I'm giving you experience for the Wolverine. I'm not giving you experience for the god, the Dark Souls boss.
No.
I was not close to defeated. Your victory is survival. All right, so 4 ghouls. That's going to be 125 times 4. It's 600. 500. No, that's 500. I can't do math.
550.
Times 4.
Oh yeah, that's 500. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. What the? Okay. With the Wolverine though, that is 625. So 625 divided by how many of us are there surviving? 5.
Yep, I think so.
All right, so I divide by 10 for half share.
Bando doesn't get XP because he's
No, he does. He doesn't get treasure.
he doesn't get treasure. Okay, I knew it was one
Yeah.
of the others.
So Bando gets 62.5, and everyone gets twice 2 shares of 62.5.
So 125.
Yeah, 125.
Okay.
Getting ever closer to reaching level 2.
Ever creeping towards it. Actual treasure for your experience. The Badger Pelt is actually I would say it's going to be worth 40 if you brought it to Vetacaster, but down here I imagine it's actually worth a little more because it's kind of exotic and weird. So I'm going to say it's worth 80. They're willing to buy it from you down here for 80 just because it's so novel.
Mm.
And it was exquisitely carved out. So there's 80. The Thothian holy symbol that's non-magical.
Is that the amulet?
Yeah. Are you willing to well, I guess you get experience for that anyway, so that'd be 5. And then your the bead necklace is worth 15. That's actually another total of 100. So that's going to be 100 divided by 10, so that's 10, so 20 experience for everybody. Bando gets 10.
Okay.
5 people, it's easy. You just divide the shares into 10s. That's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So that's 100 gold total.
Yeah. 85 and 15. I'm not counting your random gear that you picked off each other, and I'm not counting
So 25
facility-
gold each.
yeah, or Candal's excess gold that you just get to keep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
25 gold per person and 144 XP.
Yeah.
72 for Bando. Who wants to roll Aurelius? Do you want to roll his loyalty or?
Without me using my charisma, I'm very uncharismatic, but I could try.
Did we use Bando's charisma?
Eric, what?
Any of us
who-
have
You don't.
with him
It
do
needs a
it?
loyalty. Why would you use his own charisma?
Yeah.
No. Well, I will say though, this is his 3rd mission with you. I'd give you +3 to the roll, given that you do have a rapport.
Okay, I'll roll it then. How badly can this go? I'll never live it down if I'm the person who drives Bando from
With a
the party.
1. Yeah, you rolled the 1.
18.
18, more than enough. Okay, Bando will absolutely stick around with you. All right.
Does he level up to adventurer?
This is the next question that I needed to know. So we're gonna roll a D10 +3.
Mm-hmm.
5.
No, he does not level up.
Okay.
So close. Okay. Well, if he goes on another adventure, it'll be a D10 +4 and see if he passes. So we'll see. It's gonna slowly keep rising up. Awesome.
He has 99 XP.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. He's like just a little bit under being a new level.
Oh, close.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that would be the game then tonight.
Okay.
You welcome new players to the House of Isochorix. Adam, thanks for being chill and dying like a real bro.
I had fun.
Thanks. Yeah.
Rip
Cool.
Condyle.
Yeah. Rip missiles too. So much rip. Cool. All right. That'd be the game tonight.
Okay.
All right.